Good afternoon and welcome to True Crime Voice for the Voiceless. Hi, I'm Maria. Today we're going to discuss an unusual case, the case of a dog who helped solve a murder. Now, please let me know in the comments below if you were surprised with the outcome of this case. Now let's get to it. April 5th of 2023, 911 received a call from a resident. He said he tried to call the fire department because there was a fire in his subdivision.
I tried calling the fire department to see there's a fire in our subdivision, but it may just be them burning brush because they're building houses, but I wasn't sure. We're in the Harris subdivision in Robinson.
He said it was in the Harris subdivision in Robinson, Texas, which is just south of Waco, Texas. Now, in Texas, you will often see people burning things in their property. When I first moved here, I was shocked by that. I didn't know that that was something that they did, so it kind of freaked me out. Now, 911 asked him if he could see anybody at the fire. He said he couldn't see anyone. He said, we have had lightning because of the rain and the hail that night, so he thought maybe that was what started the fire. Now, the Robinson, Texas police also received a phone call stating there was a brush fire in the area. An officer went to see the area to check it out. Upon arriving to the location, he seen something that looked like logs burning in the field. When he got closer, he realized it was actually a body burning. He called it in and requested for the fire department and investigators to come to the scene.
I need you to get fire, CID, and 04 out here. This looks like a body that's burning.
You could actually hear the police officer gagging in the video a few times. That must have been an absolutely horrific scene. Now, the fire department and investigators showed up. He explained to them what he had seen when he arrived. They took some pictures of the scene.
I scooch to the side so I can go ahead and get a couple pictures.
Now, when the officer went back to his vehicle, there was a white Labradoodle barking excessively. The dog was very upset and refused to leave the area.
What's up, puppy?
He was pacing back and forth. The officer got an odd feeling about this. He thought something is not right. Something's going on here. He even mentioned it to the other officer. He thought the dog may be trying to take him to the scene or something like that. So he requested they bring a chip reader to see if the dog had a chip. But unfortunately, they were unable to catch the dog. Around 10:55, they set up a canopy so they could protect the scene and get the items to the forensic.
All right, now crab walk to your right. Hold. Here.
10:55 p.m. canopy set up.
Now, the next morning, a resident found the dog at the scene where the body was. They called Robinson Animal Control, and they arrived and were able to catch the dog. They scanned the dog, and he did have a chip. They learned his name was Titan, and his owner was Mandy Rose Reynolds, and that she lived in San Marcos, Texas. Now, San Marcos, Texas is about 2 hours drive from Robinson, Texas. So I'm really not sure how that dog got so far. The police detective called the number on the dog's tag. No one answered, so he left a message. Now, shortly after leaving the message, they received a call back from Mandy Reynolds. She stated, "I got a message that you guys have my dog."
Robinson Police.
Yes, hi, my name's Mandy Reynolds, and I got a message that you guys found my dog.
Oh, perfect. Let me put you on just a brief hold here. Give me one moment, and I'll get you with the person that can help you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They sent the call to Detective Perry. When he answered the phone, Mandy stated, "Hi, I just got a message that you found my dog." The detective proceeded to ask Mandy questions about the dog to make sure this was actually her dog. She stated that he was a white poodle retriever mix.
Where does the dog belong?
Well, I was on my way to Wichita, Kansas, and I live in San Marcos, and Titan is his name. He just ran off.
He ran off from where?
From Waco.
She stated he ran off from Waco, Texas when she stopped at a rest stop. She asked if the dog was at the pound. The detective told her the dog was at the pound, but they put a hold on the dog because they wanted to try and find the owner. Mandy seemed irritated and stated,
Well, the microchips has my info on it. I mean, they messaged.
The detective started asking her more questions. Mandy stated her and her fiance left from San Marcos, Texas, heading to Wichita, Kansas, because he wanted to go see his sick grandmother. And that is when Titan ran off. She stated they looked for him for a couple hours, but they were unable to find him. The detective asked her what time that was.
How long ago was this that he's been out?
Oh, heck, it's been, I don't know, this would have been around 1 in the morning.
Then she asked, what time did you all find him? Detective Perry stated, they ran the chip this morning. He continued to ask Mandy more questions, asked about the location she stopped at and the type of vehicle she was driving. Her answers seemed very odd. At this time, Mandy told detectives, I hate to cut you off, but I'm actually at work, and I just want my dog. What is it, about 100 miles? The detective continued to ask the same questions to make sure he was understanding everything correctly. Mandy got upset and swore at the detective.
So your name is Mandy Rose Reynolds.
Sure.
So about 1 o'clock last night, you and were at a rest stop.
Oh, what? I mean, what is the interrogation about?
No, I'm just trying to make sure I understand why.
You know what? That dog, that's my dog you guys have. Let's get that straight, detective.
Okay, and that's fine. I understand that.
You know what? I'll just come to the pound. Goodbye.
Now, to me, that was really odd. Something seemed really off. This just doesn't seem right the way she's acting. But that's my personal opinion. Now, about an hour later, Detective Perry called Mandy back. He stated to her, I think we got off on the wrong foot. The reason I asked you so many questions is we found your dog in a field near a crime scene of a deceased person. Now, Mandy didn't react much at all, at least in my opinion. She said she had been stressing about Titan, that they paid a lot of money for him. So Detective Perry started asking some of the same questions again about the time Titan ran off. This time, Mandy said it was around 12 or 1 a.m. that she actually didn't know. He asked her about the name on her phone plan because it came back with a different name. She stated it was her fiance's grandfather's phone plan. Now, when Detective Perry asked her his name, she changed her tune. She told him she was sorry this happened, but she could not waste her whole day speaking to him. She said, I can just come get Titan and you guys can cross me off your list. I am not going to be interrogated when my puppy just ran off. She told him he was being very pushy and treated her like a criminal.
I'm just trying to figure out how long the pup was there. That could determine if the puppy messed with the body.
If the puppy messed with the body.
I mean, yeah, dogs are natural scavengers.
You think my little Titan would go? Oh my, detective, with all due respect, do not call me back.
Well, Titan is on a police hold. You're not going to be able to get him out.
Titan is on a police hold?
That is correct. Well,
then I will have my attorney call you.
Now, Detective Perry felt like something was off about this whole conversation with Mandy. Why was she responding in this manner? Her story doesn't seem to add up. So the Robinson police contacted San Marcos authorities where Mandy lives. They had the police officers do a welfare check at her apartment. When they arrived to her residence, they found her apartment empty with all her belongings gone, as well as her Honda Accord. Now they were all baffled. What in the world is going on? Why is Mandy gone? I'm not going to lie, I'm baffled as well. It's like, what the heck is going on? The police ran Mandy's vehicle through a license plate reader database. It is seen in Wichita, Kansas, about 500 miles away. So they started a search for her vehicle in Kansas. Now, while authorities were looking for her vehicle, the autopsy results from the body found in Robinson, Texas was confirmed through dental records to be Mandy Rose Reynolds. What the heck? Then who the heck was the detective talking to on the phone? Now, on April 8th of 2023, 3 days after they found Mandy's body, her missing car was spotted in Wichita, Kansas by a police officer. When they tried to do a traffic stop, the driver sped off, led them on a high-speed chase for about 30 minutes. It got as fast as 100 miles an hour. The driver crashed the car in the parking lot of a grocery store, and he ran into the store. The officers grabbed their weapons and they cleared out the grocery store. They found him hiding in one of the aisles.
Ready? Yep. Pull him out.
The suspect was Mandy Reynolds' 29-year-old cousin, Derek Dagno. Mandy had recently moved from Idaho to San Marcos, Texas. She wanted to be closer to her best friend. She was so excited about her new future. She received a call from her cousin Derek asking if he could stay with her for a while he got back on his feet. So Mandy actually drove all the way to Kansas and picked him up to let him stay with her. Mandy was known to be a loving and generous person who was more than willing to help anybody in need. She was extremely close to her dog Titan. They did everything together. Mandy was unaware that Derek was dangerous, that he would eventually take her life. Derek had been staying with Mandy for only a couple of days before he unalived her. The autopsy showed Mandy was shot in the head and put in a large plastic container. She and her dog Titan were transported to Robinson, Texas to hide the evidence. She was put in the field and set afire. Inside the container was the spent shell casing of the gun. They also found surveillance footage of Derek in San Marcos, Texas Walmart, buying a gas can, a shovel, and a large plastic container on the morning of April 4th, 2023. Video also shows him leaving the store in Mandy's car and Titan sticking his head out the window. They found the handgun used to unalive her in the car that linked him to the crime. Now, Derek was arrested and charged with the unaliving of Mandy Rose Reynolds. The evidence was overwhelming. In the sentencing phase of the trial, the jurors became aware that Derek was a 9-time convicted felon. On November 7th, jurors deliberated for about 35 minutes before convicting him to life in prison. He will have to serve at least 30 years before he is eligible for parole. During this sentencing, there was arguing between the families. Two of the family members had to be escorted out of the courtroom. Mandy's dog Titan would not leave her side. He tried to tell the police officer that she was his owner. His loyal and unconditional love for her is absolutely amazing. The investigators said Titan was the key to them uncovering the truth of what happened to Mandy Rose Reynolds. This was a heartbreaking case. It was extremely hard for me. I'm a huge dog lover. On one hand, Mandy trusted someone who was not trustworthy. But on the other hand, she had an unconditional bond with her dog, Titan, who loved her unconditionally to the very end of her life. Titan was adopted by Mandy's best friend a few days after Mandy's life was lost. Let me know in the comments below if you were surprised by the outcome of this case. And please stay tuned for this week's featured missing person. Thank you so much for watching True Crime Voice for the Voiceless. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.